This lady's name is Janice, and without giving too much away, her story makes me feel every range of emotion there is to feel, and that was just with the signosis of it. So I'm really looking forward to what she has to say. Could we all please welcome to the stage Janice? Thank you. Yeah.
Good evening. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. There's going to be some thought, and it's going to go off like that. Because it's going to hit you here. Because it got me here. How many of you were 12 years old? Do you remember being 12?
Yes.
Please. Yes?
Yes.
How many of you remember being shared something in life that you've actually gone on to do? So you were given an inspiration that you actually have fulfilled. Sam could be an example. He heard about all of this storytelling when he was younger, and he's bringing it to life now. My journey will be a little bit different. Because you've got to remember that the words that we hear, the words that we heard as a child, have a huge impact on what happens in our adult life. Now, I'm having a conversation with my mum, and because she had lost her mum to cancer, the conversation was around what happened. Can't remember the specifics, but Mum said, "It'll miss me and get one of you 3 kids." Now, unfortunately, my sisters were nowhere to be found. I'm standing there having this conversation with my mum, all by myself. I didn't think that there'd be impact. I didn't know what the impact would be. I just thought, okay, yeah, right, whatever. It wasn't until about 36 years later, the impact of those words at 12 years of age absolutely tore my life apart. I'd gone through a few trials and tribulations where I'd moved house a couple of times. And it was this particular day, I was moving house into a new unit. And as you do, when you're doing things on your own, you get really hard to put the bed back into place. You know what? I landed flat down on my face with an absolute pain coming right through from the top of my shoulder, right out through my nipple. I had no idea what was going on. I thought, oh my God, I've strained myself. I didn't know. Because as fast as it came on, it was gone again. Oh, okay, whatever, we'll get on, we'll just, shift some else on too, we'll just do other things. That night, in the shower, you do the normal thing, you put your arm up here and you go for a check, testing and checking all around. I didn't feel anything. Oh well, I've just sprained myself. I'll just carry on my merry way, But about a fortnight later, I think I might go to the doctors. I think I need to get this checked out. So we go in and we do the normal inspection. And the doctor says, it's a bit funny, a little bit lumpy. Maybe you've got mastitis. Mastitis. My child was well and truly had left the nest by now. How could I be getting mastitis now? So I didn't do anything other than think, that's a crazy answer. The doctor suggested that I go to the specialist. We better get this checked out. That's when the journey really began. That's when the journey became real. What ended up happening for me was 3 weeks into being, getting an appointment at the Mud Hospital. And I spent the next 10 days in and out, tests, blood tests, checking. And then, of course, the almighty biopsy. Having the x-ray done. Now, these words were said to me. Oh, they take very good care of you at the hospital. What the hell was she talking about to the radiologist? Why would she be saying that to me? I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me, you know, I'm invincible. 12 hours later, after the biopsy was done, the doctor says, come on in, Janice. I've got something, just have a conversation with you. Okay. So what can you tell me? There's no easy way to say this. Say what? You have breast cancer. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Look, let's have a look at the x-ray. Let's have a look at what the results are. You know, a bright, shining light, as bright as these lights are on me now, was shining on my x-ray. I had 3 lumps in one breast, and one of them was attached to the nipple. Well, I got up from the doctors. I went and sat in the chapel. I didn't know where else to go. I'm sitting in the doctor's office by myself. I was single. I didn't have anybody to turn to. How was I going to get home? I'm in an absolute blubbering mess. My daughter is in Darwin and I've got to get a message to her. There was a lovely lady at the hospital who did come and comfort me. And she was a bit of a saving grace because she became a very good friend of mine. So I eventually got myself to the car park, walking as gingerly as I am now. How was I going to drive home? Eyes swollen, you know, total tears flowing down my face. Acceptance was one of the hardest things to come to terms to bring that all into reality. And you know, it took 3 more weeks before I was able to bring that together and say, okay, this is happening to me. I fought it. I was angry about it. I hated it. How could this be happening to me? But then, of course, my grandmother had passed away from cancer. And she's been gone now 56 years. So there's a possibility that it was in our family. Remember, it missed my mum, and it got me. This particular night, I had a friend call over. And he could see that I was this. I'm spiralling. I was going down. I was in a vortex. I had myself buried. There was no hope for me. I had 3 lumps in one breast. How was I ever going to survive this? This friend was my lifesaver on that particular night. I wished I could remember the date, but it's okay. Here am I, sitting there. I was so angry. I've got this. How am I going to cope? What am I going to do with my life? Where am I going to go? He said, stand up. What for? Stand up. Okay. I stood up. He put his arms out in front of me, put my arms to touch his shoulders, and he said, now look inside the square. I'm already in there. Why do I have to keep looking in there? And without a word of a lie, he pushed me backwards. And I'm ready to come out. I'm going to hit him. What the hell did you do that for? He said, now take a step back and look inside the square. I fell to the floor in tears. I realised where I was. I realised where I was and what was actually happening. I had got caught up in the vortex of being in that place. I had no fight. I had nothing to set me free. But that particular moment, I took that step back and I looked in. 24 hours later, again, I'm sitting, I didn't think I'd use the chair, but that's okay. 24 hours later, he came back. He walks in the door. He says, "You've made a decision." I said, "What makes you say that?" He said, "I can tell." I said, "How could you tell?" He said, "I can tell." The beauty of making a decision was I drew everything out to scale. Being a dressmaker was an advantage. Understanding how to read a contour of a map was also an advantage. And because I used a scale plan that my deceased partner had used whenever he was building something, he would draw everything to scale. So I drew my breast out to scale with 3 lumps in it, and I knew 2 were 1 inch and 1 was 2 inch. There was not very much left of one breast. So I was able to produce that, and I showed that to my friend. He said, "See, you've made a decision. There's no way you can have a lumpectomy. You're going to have a mastectomy." And I said, "Yep, I've come to terms with that." Well, coincidentally, the next day was Doctor's Day. Making a decision, letting the doctor know. Because within, I think, 3 or 4 days, the operation would be. So I go into the doctor's. "Oh, g'day, Doc, how you going?" He says, "I'm good." He said, "You're a little bit different to what you were the last time I saw you." I said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay with this." "And you've made a decision, I can assume?" "Oh, yeah, look, have a look at this. This is what I've done." And I showed him the scale drawing that I'd put together. The doctor goes, "Wow." He said, "If all my patients did this, it would be a blessing for me to operate on." He said, "But the detail that you've gone into is awesome." He said, "It's going to be an honour to operate on you." And the operation occurred, and I went through a mastectomy. Of course, there's always side effects of having cancer. The dreaded, gruelling chemo. Again, I fought it. I didn't know which way I was going to go because I'd never put anything toxic into my body beforehand, other than a bit of alcohol and a couple of smokes from there. But that's all. Chemo. Okay, set date, set place, set time, and I'm in there. Oh, I don't really want to be here, but I'm here. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. They forgot to get my order ready, which absolutely devastated me. And I ended up in a crumpled heap sitting in one of their big armchairs that you sit in. They had no idea of the impact because of the mindset and everything that I had gone through and where I had been. I didn't know that I was doing this. I was just doing it. It was a natural thing for me to do. So, of course, we started the next day. 6 months of chemo, 4 red truck chemos and 1 white truck chemo. 4 white truck chemos. That was the only way we could define the difference between them, because one was a gobbler and one was a settling you so that your pathway would be good. But in between having all these chemos, I had the opportunity to work with a nutritionalist. He'd also worked at CSIRO, this guy, and he had a patent on a natural chemo. But it was going to be just far too long to actually, not too long, far too expensive to use the natural chemo. And what ended up happening was we counterbalanced everything that was happening in the chemo with vitamins, nutritionals. We analysed my blood. We did everything that would actually counterbalance the impact of what chemo was doing to me. Because my blood cells were so thick, I couldn't walk. I had no energy to do anything. And this was a 3-week period like this. Whilst I was on the white chemo, I lost the feeling of my feet. All my nerve endings in the bottom of my feet. There was nothing there. I got out of bed and fell over. Really, really damaging. But I'm here today, moving towards my 12th year. So that in itself is a blessing, and I say thank you for the chemo and the extra work that I did behind the scenes to keep me rolling. So Thank you. It was whilst I was with this nutritionalist that I learned about the 80-20 rule. Now, we hear about 80-20, we should have good foods and we have bad foods as the 20%. But what I really came to understand was that cancer will only live in an acidic body. We are sick when we are acidic. You cannot swim in an acid pool. You can only swim in an alkaline pool. This is one of the reasons why you have to eat greens and good foods, dabble on the little bits of the naughty foods, and make certain that it's 80-20. 80% alkaline, 20% acidic. And you have to have that for a good balance. The other thing that you've also got to be very, very mindful, remember when the words were said to me from my mum, it'll miss me and get one of you 3 kids. How powerful the words that we use to our kids, to our children, to our partners, to our family, to our friends. Oh, mate, you're a stupid that. Well, that's being absorbed by the brain. And somewhere along the line, it could have impact on what actually occurs. Sometimes it could be a situation of just being told you're a stupid idiot. I cringe every time I hear that being said, because the impact of that is being absorbed so much into the brain. There's another side of my story that I won't go into tonight, but I share the story of working with Alzheimer's. I lost my partner to the disease, and that set me on a pathway of understanding what's going on up here. The other thing is, we also have to be true to ourselves. We have to follow what our passion is for us. We have to be in a place where if it feels right for you to go and do it, go and do it. Never mind about the Henrys and the Georges. Because that's what I did with following the path of getting the advice from a nutritionist and staying on that alkaline side. Because without that, I don't believe I'd be here today. That vortex was very, very strong. And when you get into a place of feeling hopeless and lost, and remember this other side of the 80-20 rule, always be mindful if you've had an absolute high acidic day, bring on the alkaline foods the next day. So I share those 3 points as a way of bringing awareness to you that only the strongest survive because of the mindset, because we have the drive inside of us that we want to win, we want to actually get through whatever it is. And it is our tenacity of strength that we find at that point in time to pull us through. Because if we listen to everybody else over there, we may never get out of it. And be very, very mindful of what words that you use. It's the strongest message that I could share with you. Because every word that we say that's condemning is actually impacting that person and you. I'll leave you with that thought. Thank you.
One more time.